Hello everybody, my name is Senua. I have been meaning to add another video, but I just haven't. I've been procrastinating, I've been going through a lot of shit. I wasn't sure when would be a good time to make one. There were plenty of moments where I really wanted to record something, but I was just, ah! So, so I just didn't do anything. But since it's been over a month since I've moved here from Colorado from Illinois, I'm gonna give you a rundown on everything that's been going on. And since I've been working in conservation, I want to tell you a little vocab before we get into it. I'm gonna be saying hitch and off hitch, and so a hitch is 8 days of work for us. And then an off hitch is 6 days off. So we work for 8 days and then we get off 6 days. So on hitch, off hitch. Good? Okay, cool. So I want to start with like the first on hitch, which was our orientation week, which was when we meet everybody. And it was interesting. Everyone driving into the yard, seeing everybody's cars, how they drive. And just talking to everybody that you see or not, because they're too nervous. And looking at everybody seems pretty, like, I don't know, cis-het, normal, whatever. We all get in a big circle, we learn everybody's names, whatever. And I learned that I am one of like 6 trans people, which is pretty cool. I am the only trans woman, but not the only trans person, which is pretty cool. On my crew, however, 6 crew members, 2 crew leaders, I am the only trans person, which, it's okay. But that does play a big part of, like, things going forward. During the whole week, I was already stressed as is. We went to a camping location, set up camp, all of us, like all 50-ish of us, and with my crew, we set up like near each other. Camping with 8 different strangers for 8 days. It sounds fun. It was not. I was going through a lot of shit. I felt sometimes they would misgender me when they probably were just people from Colorado. They call me dude. Hey, what's up, dude? Or, hey, man. That's just very Colorado, but to my anxious trans ass, already going through a lot of dysphoria, not great. I cried a lot, because I couldn't really like go through my regular routine of like washing my face, doing makeup or whatever. Just being in the desert was not conducive to that, whatever. But I let them know, I'm like, hey, please don't use that language with me, and they all understood. And I felt safe after that, and I really appreciated them for that. But with going through that, I was also going through fucking elevation sickness. Going from 600 and whatever, 610 elevation in Illinois to 8,000 elevation where I was camping, I was not a happy camper. Not at all. I was throwing up. I was having headaches. I was irritable. A dickhead, if you will. And I just, not a good time. Not a good time at all. But I got through it. After threw up a few times, I was fine. So, orientation goes by, we all get our, like, wilderness first aid training, which is fun, which is cool. And then to our first off-hitch. Okay. We have 6 days to ourselves. What do I do? First off-hitch was a bit of a blur. I just camped around town with my new crewmates, going not very far. 6 days go by, nothing really exciting. Second on hitch, is chainsaw training. Just a few days in the classroom, and then a few days in the field. And you know, before this, I worked at my forest preserves, my local county's forest preserve, and I used chainsaws. So I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm fine. Nah, my ass was humbled learning about new chainsaw stuff. It was a new chainsaw anyway. So we go through the classroom, and then we get into the field, we practice our cuts, we learn how to use the chainsaw itself. We learn how to maintain it. It's pretty cool. And then we get to the part where we have to be evaluated for our A certification, A Sawyer certification. And when you go through an evaluation, you have to go through OLEC, which is O for objective, H for hazards, L for lean, E for escape plan, C for cut plan. On my first tree, after I did my objective, I said one of my hazards is me, because during that time, I developed a giant pain in my shoulder and I could not lift my chainsaw. It was really painful. So, like, one thing after another. And they stopped me, and they had me go back to the trucks, just sit there. That's an awful feeling, not working while your other crewmates are working, getting their certifications. It's not great. And I get sent home. I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, yeah, it's a muscle spasm. And I'm prescribed light duty for a whole month. Light duty is nothing. Light duty is office bitch work. I can't do anything in the field. And so for a month, I'm just in the office or camping around town doing bullshit. I'm fucking organizing clothes. They put me in the fucking closet. Transphobic as fuck. So anyway, during that time, I'm trying to figure out my housing situation. And I'll be honest, where I'm living right now, it's nice. It's right in downtown. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna say what downtown, but you know. And coming from here to the office for like 2 weeks, it's fine, but I would rather be going out in the field. A month goes by of light duty, and during that time, I met a fellow pagan at the staff who works at the office. it's pretty cool. We bond over being Norse pagan, and also, like, he's Norse pagan, I'm more Celtic pagan. We talk about the gods we commune with and who we worship and everything. It's a really real bonding moment that I needed. He's also a huge nerd. We also bond over Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer 40k, which, that was cool. I needed that. Month goes by, and I'm finally back in the field with a new crew. They put me with the Women's Plus Saw crew, which I feel kind of honored and kind of, I don't know, like, gender affirming to be put on the all women's crew, Women's Plus. But that also brought up new feelings of like, oh, we're different. You know, they're cisgendered and one female non-binary. Just, I was like, we connect on some things, not everything. And those some things that we don't connect on, it can be really dysphoric having them talk and just there. And with this crew, they've gone through so much shit, and I'm like, just put in, and it's tense. It's hard to be like in that and not the whole time because it's so tense. Until later in the hitch, we combine crews with my old crew because something happened, and we become a super crew, and it's a lot of fun. Then the mood cheers up immediately. Everybody's like cool with each other now. It's like, oh wow, you got a leader. It's not my tea to spill, but let's just say I was quenched with tea. That was so stupid. Anyway, that ends, and we come to last week. These are the topics that I really want to get into. I'll try not to be too long, but it's loneliness and dysphoria. During the month, I kind of developed a crush on a man, and, you know, being a transgender woman, not every man is like, woo, let me date you. I would love to get in this topic deep, like for an extended period of time, so I'll make another video, but suffice to say, he's not interested. Which is, you know, fine, but the way that he treats me compared to how he treats the cis women, it sucked. Sucks. Period. And it's noticeable, and everyone's like, oh, you're overreacting. Like, he approaches you to talk, he doesn't talk to me. It sucks. And that, combined with other things, brought me down. It made me feel very ugly. Very ugly, very not feminine. Don't recommend. It was awful. And last week I was kind of trapped in here. It was hard to leave the building. I didn't want anybody to see me. I was like, well, I'm just gonna be seeing how I don't want to be seen anyway. I'm just gonna stay in and cry. And I know a lot of trans women and trans men and other trans folk can all agree that sometimes you just don't want to be seen. And for that time, I didn't want anybody to see me. It was just a lot of like, you're ugly in the mirror. Like, it was hard to look at myself. Until like one night after I took a shower and like did all my self-care, I'm sitting on my couch and I have my mirror like facing the living room. I have the light hit me just right. It's like dim. It's only the lamplight in the corner and it's nighttime. Light hits me just right, the right angle. I'm like, okay. And from that moment, I was like, okay, I'm better. I'm okay. I did my makeup. I just started singing some songs. I kind of was like, fuck that guy, I'm not gonna talk to him ever again. And I felt better. I felt a little better. I practiced some makeup for the Renaissance fair I went to. I got this. I got a corset. I got a skirt. People were calling me beautiful. It was just what I needed. And I hung out with some friends, some other queer friends, and it lifted me up. It was what I needed. And now we're here. We're to today. I'm finally telling this story, and I just want to let you know that I am, yes, going through a ton of shit, but I'm also going through a lot of good shit. I'm also improving. I'm also feeling better. And if you connect with any of the shit I said, let me know. We can talk through it. You can comment or whatever, and it'll be okay. Because I know I'll be okay. But that's about it. No, it wasn't very like speedy, but that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed hearing the stories, or just listening and shitting, or doing whatever you're doing, or practicing, writing, whatever. And I hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye. Okay, before I go, I want to introduce you to the friends I've had. Friends. Some companions. I got Spider-Man. I saw him at Walmart. I'm like, I gotta get him. One of my favorite things to do is collect Spider-Man figures, and I had to get him. We got Bogo's Vinted, IKEA alien guy. Instant Cop, by the way. We have my guitar. I'm still learning. We got Whale Friend. And then obviously, a trans woman is nothing without her trusty blowhigh.